Hi, everybody. Welcome to the ICCG YouTube channel. My name's Dave Parker. I'm one of the principals. And, over the holidays, I reached out to our ICCG team and said, hey, shoot me some questions. We're going to have an opportunity to shoot a video. Shoot me some questions that you hear most often from our clients over the last year or two. And so they started shooting me questions. And so the questions I'm going to answer today are really just from you, from business owners just like you. And because I'm in a different city than the rest of our team right now, I've asked the assistance of our cameraman and producer to ask these questions in this interview style. So here we go. Let's go.
I've got a CPA that can get me through a transaction. Why should I use an M&A advisor? What sets you apart from a broker?
Okay, so there's really two different questions there. What sets you apart from a CPA doing the transaction? What sets you apart from a business broker? It's really interesting. It's really hard to even find the difference sometimes between business broker, M&A or mergers and acquisition advisory firm or advisor, or investment banking. We call ourselves advisors because that's truly what we do. We advise people from sometimes way before they start to sell their business all the way through the transaction. I think sometimes business brokers, the typical business broker may do smaller deals and then they're putting two parties together and then they kind of walk away from the deal, but they don't have a lot to do with the deal once they put the parties together. If your CPA's got really good experience with this, that there may not be anything wrong with it, except that most CPAs don't have a lot of experience with this. And it really depends on the size of your transaction. If you've got a large transaction, you need to pull up alongside of you people who've put together large transactions. They can get extremely complicated. And they've also got to have dedicated time. A CPA may be overloaded depending on what time of the year with other people's taxes or whatever, and they're not dedicating the time. We're dedicating people like us, we dedicate the time to this. And so I think you just got to interview, and find out what's going to work best for you. Next question.
When do I need to bring in an attorney during this process? And what should I look for in an attorney?
That's a great question too. We've helped a lot of people find the attorney that's right for them. And again, we want to tell you that please interview and find the right one. It would be really difficult because we work so closely with attorneys. We do a lot of the negotiation in order to help keep the costs down. So we end up getting to know the attorneys very, very well. And one of the transactions we've recently done, we didn't know this attorney. We were kind of going, we're not really sure. They ended up having a wealth of experience in the M&A world, and we just thoroughly enjoyed working with them. We learned a lot from them. I think they learned some things from us, and we've really felt like they took care of our client very well. But they were a transactional attorney. And that's very different than someone who's really dealing in just general business practice attorneys or let's say estate planning. That's just a very different deal. And so when you do a transaction, especially if it's, I would say something in excess of $2 to $5 million, you need to make sure that you've got legal counsel that knows exactly what they're doing, that can work with you, that works well with you, that's not afraid to push back to protect you, but also isn't afraid to do and exactly what you want them to do. Next question.
What is the right time to sell?
Well, I tell you what is the right time to sell? There's a lot of things that go into that. There's lots of trends that happen. If maybe you're in a business that's got good trends or, very predictable trends or cycles, you may want to sell in the up cycle, and make sure that you've got a good trend. A lot of people try to sell their business when things aren't going that well, and they probably should have sold it a couple years before they started tanking. And it's a very difficult time to sell when the trend's going this way to get the value that someone wants out of their business. But the biggest question is, or the biggest answer to that is when you are ready. When you want to do something different perhaps, or you want to refocus your life in a different way, or you're just tired of this and you just want to move on and do something else, there are definitely wrong times to sell from a valuation standpoint, which we talked about in some of our other videos, but it's a question we're asked all the time, and it's so dependent on your situation and what's going on in your life at that time. Again, call us. We're more than happy to ask you the questions to help you determine what that is. Hey
Hey, thanks for joining Grant, Dave, and the rest of our team today. My name is Andrew, and I'm with the business development side of ICCG. If you have any questions or want to talk to somebody on our team, please visit our website, follow the directions there. I'll most likely be the one to respond, so look forward to hearing from you. Before you go, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, and we'll see you next time.